ready to accept. But something that was rooted in faith, in your relationship between God and you, that they did not want. And we fought it. This was a fight for the freedom of religion. And this is what we do. We celebrate it through lighting a candle outside in the street, in the darkest parts of the world. We take a little candle and we show, when we light it up, to show how great one little candle could light up a whole world. And we see also that the next day, the candle we lit yesterday is not enough. We have to do more and more and more. And may God help that next year this should be a very small venue. We should have more people. And I really want to thank you from the bottom of our heart, Chani and I, for the support that you are giving to Rabbi Ephraim and Mushki Zimmerman and their family to be able to build the future of Yiddishkeit over here in Oro Valley. Thank you and a happy Hanukkah.
Thank you, Rabbi Shem Tov. Mayor Satish Hiremath has graciously joined us this evening, and it is indeed an honor to have him here. Dr. Hiremath has contributed both time and money to bolstering this town. He's contributed very much to family and, truth be told, reading his bio, all ages is where his contributions landed up, especially for children. Right here in the library, the children's department was sponsored by Dr. and Mrs. Hiremath. And in 2007, elected as the Community Leader of the Year. And without any further ado, it is indeed a special moment to be able to introduce Mayor Hiremath at today's Hanukkah party.
Thank you, Rabbi Zimmerman. Thank you very much. You know, this truly is my honor. Last year when Rabbi Zimmerman asked me if I wouldn't mind coming here, I got a lot of quizzical looks, I'll tell you. But I was encouraged. You have to meet this dynamo. He's really trying to revolutionize and bring Judaism into the contemporary world and not be a typical sectist or try to just kind of corral a group of people together and compartmentalize them. And he asked me again this year, and I immediately had Linda clear my schedule because it is an honor and it's that important. You know, one of the things that we try to do here in the town of Oro Valley is we welcome everybody. And that's what's really flattering about Rabbi Zimmerman, because it is non-denominational. Yes, you know, he is a rabbi and he preaches Judaism, but he welcomes everybody. And so from that standpoint, that's what we try to do with the town of Oro Valley, because we live in a world now where everybody wants to be amongst themselves. And with that, there's just less and less communication, there's less and less inner contact with each other, and I think that's really what's wrong with the world. You know, Hanukkah is the festival of lights, as you very well know, but it's only celebrated 8 days out of the year. And we're talking about light over darkness, we're talking about good overcoming evil, and you know, one of the things that I would encourage you to do is that while it's only 8 days a year, don't forget the other days of the year that total 365. So I would encourage you to carry that candle, light that candle after the 8 days is over. Do it the 9th day, the 10th day, the 11th day, and carry it through that whole year and re-energize yourself during Hanukkah, during the 8 days a year. Because that's what it's going to take to change this community, that's what it's going to take to change this state, and that's what it's going to take to change this world. And I am very proud to be your mayor, and I'm very, very proud to be here tonight. And I wish you peace, prosperity, and happiness, and happy Hanukkah. Thank you.
Very, very nice. Thank you for your warm words. Hanukkah is all about joy, and what is more joyous than having some younger faces, some children out here? If you are under bar or bat mitzvah, if you are under the age of 13, come on up and get your own gold Hanukkah gelt. This is not the kind that you can eat from Aaron, who will distribute them. Don't be shy, come on up. Make sure to give some of it to charity. Just All right, we are ready to go to the lighting, which is, of course, the highlight of the evening. Allow me just to share a quick thought before we actually do go to the lighting. Before we kindle these holy lights, it would be befitting to take a moment and just consider and pay tribute to the heroes of the Hanukkah story, the Maccabees. The Maccabees were a small group, small army. Most of us know the story. That, in the face of overwhelming odds, they were presented with very strong challenges to what they knew to be correct and holy and true. They stood up. They fought for what's right. And it took a lot. It took a lot of courage and bravery. And additionally, before we go into lighting these holy lights, indeed we should remember all of those brave heroes in Jewish history that have stood up in the face of tremendous adversity, oftentimes sacrificing all they had up to their very lives to be able to preserve and hold on to these traditions. This goes back through much of our history and is something we cannot take lightly. Those that have stood, our grandparents and great-grandparents, have fought with tremendous courage and held on to this flame of Judaism that we can stand here today proudly in Oro Valley, celebrating our freedom of religion the way our nation just did, Thanksgiving, and be able to celebrate Hanukkah. And now it is our turn. After we light the menorah, the program will be over shortly after that. We're going to go home, and it'll be your turn to go home and become the heroes. It is up to us now to become that lamplighter, to become that ambassador of goodness and kindness, to take the Hanukkah, the godly light, bring it home, and continue on this torch, which was held on to steadfastly by our ancestors. Of course, I want to finish off, and we're going to go immediately to the lighting with a blessing. It is our fervent prayer and wish that this light, this godly light, be brought down to the point where that godly light will fill the world, and that, of course, is called Mashiach. When Mashiach comes, we will again light a menorah, but that will be in the third temple in Jerusalem, maybe faster than we can imagine, speedily in our days. Amen. Amen. I want to call up